What's up everybody, WayoftheBey here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the 10 best Beyblade drivers. Alright, so Beyblade Drivers, one of the most important things in a good combo. If your Beyblade does well or not really depends on the type of driver you give it, how long it'll spin, if it has good attack power, and anything else in between. So Beyblade Drivers are really important in a good combo. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over what I think are the 10 best Beyblade drivers for combos. Now this is just my opinion. These are 10 Beyblades that I think are good depending on how they do in battle, how they do with attack, stamina, and defense. So top 10. We're going to be starting from number 10 all the way to number 1. I'll be going over the Beyblade driver itself, how good it is and why, and where you can get it. So without further ado, let's go on to number 10. Alright, so number 10 on the list is Ultimate Reboot Dash. Ultimate Reboot Dash is a really good attack type driver for attack type combos. So Ultimate Reboot Dash is a dash driver, which means the spring is tighter, making it harder to burst. Ultimate Reboot Dash first goes into the stadium with sort of a stamina driver movement. The little tip will go out because of the force of the driver, and it'll be on a stamina sort of tip. Now it'll zoom around, and when attacking, it'll start running low on stamina, and when it does, the tip will go in. And when it goes in, it'll be flat, and it'll go instantly around. It'll activate with attack power. So pretty good. When you launch it, it's in stamina mode, and then when it activates, it goes into attack mode. So in stamina mode, it'll probably deal some good hits, but then activates and gets ring outs and crazy attack. And even when running low, it still does pretty good because of how round the tip is. It has some pretty good LAD, which is life after death. So a pretty good driver. Now, it's not the best because it does go into the pocket quite a bit. When it activates, which you honestly never really know when, it'll activate and go around going into the pocket most of the time. So it's sort of taking a chance on this driver, but when it does go the right way, it definitely pays off. So it's a really good attack type driver, but not the best, so that is why it is number 10 on the list. Now, where you can get this Ultimate Reboot Dash driver is in the B153 customized set from Prime Apocalypse. So that is where you can get this driver. So that is Ultimate Reboot Dash, number 10 on the list. Now let's go on to number 9. Alright, so number 9 is the Atomic Driver. So the Atomic Driver is a really good defense and stamina combo driver. Now this does well in defense and stamina combos and does really well in opposite spin combos. So if you have a left or right spinning combo going up against the opposite spin of it, Atomic will do really well with it. So the Atomic Driver has a free spinning ball in it with a free spinning ring around that, and it's pretty good, kind of like the Orbit Driver. Now the Atomic Driver has some pretty good LAD as well. You can put it with some really good discs and it'll last a long time in the stadium. If the combo itself is really heavy, the Atomic Driver will do a good job staying in the center. But if it's light, it will get knocked around and easily thrown into the pocket. So it's sort of how heavy your combo is how well the Atomic Driver will do. Now you can get the Atomic Driver in 2 different boosters and also some random boosters. You can get it in a bunch of random boosters or in B121 triple booster set featuring Hazard Kerbeus or the B131 Dead Phoenix. So those are probably the 2 easiest ways to get the Atomic Driver, and like I said, pretty good with defense and stamina opposite spin combos. So that is the Atomic Driver. But now let's go on to number 8. Alright, so number 8 on the list is the Quick Dash Driver. So Quick Dash is a really good attack type driver for hard hitting attack type combos. It is a dash driver, so the spring will be really tight and hard to burst, and it is rubber tipped. Rubber tipped drivers are really aggressive in the stadium, and Quick Dash is pretty powerful. Now it is pretty aggressive and goes around and will easily go into the pocket, but when you wear it down, the tip will be a little flatter and easier to control, increasing its attack power as well. Here is a normal Quick Dash, and here is a worn down Quick Dash. As you can see, it is pretty different. It is a little flatter, and this one's a little easier to control and more aggressive. So both are pretty good, and when you wear it down, it does a lot better. So that is why quick dash is pretty good. But again, it is a rubber tipped driver, so it'll run out of stamina pretty quickly. But it pays off with its aggressiveness. It'll probably finish the job or lose trying. So that is the quick dash driver. You can get it in the B140 random booster with Storm Pegasus or Orb Aegis, or the B164 random booster with Union Spriggan, or other limited edition Beyblades. So that is how you get the quick dash driver. It is pretty hard to get because it's in random boosters, but not very hard because it's in a lot of them. But that is the quick dash driver. Now let's go on to number 7. Alright, so number 7 is a driver I actually don't own, but it is still in this list because of how good it is and how good I've seen it do in different battles. And it is the Extreme Dash driver. Extreme Dash is pretty much quick dash, except it is a lot more aggressive and faster. It is very similar to quick dash, having a rubber tip, but it is shaped differently and is really more aggressive and faster in the stadium. It is one of the fastest drivers and is really powerful. It is a really good attack type combo or attack type driver for attack type combos, but it does run out of stamina pretty quickly, kind of like the quick dash driver. Now you can wear the tip down just like quick dash and you can get more of a controlled launch, and it'll have a little more spin because of how flat it is, but other than that, it is pretty much a stronger version of the quick dash driver. Now where you can get Extreme Dash is in the B140 Random Booster 15 from Dead Hades and the B173 Random Booster 22 Super Satan. So that is where you can get the Extreme Dash driver, and that is number 7 on the list. But now let's go on to number 6. Alright, so number 6 on the list, we have the Bearing Driver. The Bearing Driver is one of the best stamina type drivers out there and does really well in opposite spin combos. So the Bearing Driver has a free spinning plate on the top of it, and it is pretty much really free spinning. It moves a lot and is really good in opposite spin combos. If you pair it up with a Beyblade with a frame or a wide frame, kind of like the wall frame, it does pretty good with lag, life after death, and it'll keep spinning for a while. It does way better with heavier drivers, kind of like the atomic, or heavier combos, kind of like the atomic driver, because it has no friction with the stadium, which does help it with stamina, but that does mean it can get thrown around pretty easily, and it is a really light driver. So the heavier the combo and the more stamina like it is, the better it'll do with the Bearing Driver. Now you can get the Bearing Driver in the B98 customized set featuring Deep Chaos, or the B121 triple booster set with the Wolborg remake. And you can also get this in limited Beyblade releases as well, but those two boosters are the easiest way to get that. So that is the Bearing Driver. Alright, so number 5 on the list, we have Zone Dash plus Z and Exceed Dash plus X. So Zone Dash and Exceed Dash. So Zone Dash plus Z is the first and only stamina type dash driver, while Exceed Dash is just a normal attack type driver that is in dash form. So Exceed Dash has a rubber tip and Zone Dash has a normal plastic tip right there. What makes these two so special is they're customizable and they come in the same set. So if you have them, it'll be really good for competitive Beyblade. They come in the B174 Limit Break DX set. Zone Dash plus Z comes with Helios Volcano, and Exceed Dash plus X goes with Hyperion Burn. Both these drivers are pretty good. The rubber is good for attack, as most of you know, and the plastic tip is good for stamina. The blue plus Z plate is good for free spinning combos, and the red plate, which is called plus X, is good for having the drivers locked into place. So that is what the customizability does to them. The free spin plate is plus Z, the locking plate is plus X, and you can customize them with each other. You can give the blue plate to Exceed and the red plate to Zone Dash, and with that it'll lock the tip into place, changing how it does. Now, plus Z does best with both of them because it helps them with stamina for opposite spin combos and the same. If you give the plus Z plate to Exceed, it'll make an attack type driver that is really powerful, also have stamina for life after death. So that is why the plus Z plate is one of the best. Exceed, or the plus X plate, not really the best, but could be good in some combos, but overall, that is both of these drivers. You can add plus Z to both these drivers and make some really good long-lasting combos with attack power and stamina. And it is metal, so it does have some weight, which will help it stay in the center of the stadium. So those are the two drivers, Zone Dash plus Z and Exceed Dash plus X. So those are the two drivers. That is number 5 on the list, but now let's go on to number 4. Alright, so number 4 on the list, we have the Mobius driver. So the Mobius driver is a really good driver meant for opposite spin battles. The Mobius driver is used in a lot of good combos, especially in opposite spin. If it's in the same spin, it'll do horribly and will most likely have a 90% chance of losing no matter how good the combo is. The Mobius driver is really good, has a wide plate with a tip in the center, and it is free spinning. So a free spinning plate, it is a really tall driver and is pretty good for opposite spin battles. Now if you have a combo with a wide frame that scrapes a lot, Mobius will do good because it is pretty tall and help it not scrape a lot. It is a really good free spin driver, kind of like the bearing driver, and you can get it in the B169 variant Lucifer. This is one of the best parts from that booster, and it is really good for opposite spin combos. And if it has rubber or it is good spin, it'll do really well. So very similar to the bearing driver and the drift driver, we have Mobius. So that is number 4 on the list. On to number 3. All right, so number 3 on the list, we have the Destroy Dash driver. So Destroy Dash, this is one of my favorite drivers, and it is number 3 on the list because it is an attack type driver for attack type combos, but has stamina to it. This is a really good aggressive attack type driver, does well in the stadium, going around dealing attacks. And when it's running low on stamina, the little free spin plate here helps it last a little longer in battle. So one problem with attack type drivers is they don't have stamina to them, but with a Destroy Dash, it'll last a long time in battle. Now, this one actually came from Rage Longinus, and Rage Longinus does great because it is overall an amazing attack type Beyblade, but when running low on stamina, because it is opposite spin most of the time of some opponents, it'll do really well with Destroy Dash. Now, stamina-ish drivers always do well in opposite spin, and with Destroy Dash, it is pretty aggressive and has some stamina to it when running low, and it is a dash driver, which means it has a pretty good spring to it. Now, you can get this in the B168 Rage Longinus. This is the only easy release to get it in, or you can get it in other random boosters, which is a little harder to get for, or other limited edition releases. But this is the Destroy Dash driver, a really good attack type driver. It is pretty calm and really aggressive at the same time. So that is Destroy Dash. But on to number 2. Alright, so number 2 on the list, we have the Drift Driver. Now, the Drift Driver is pretty much the Mobius driver and the bearing driver and other wide drivers combined. The Drift Driver has the exact same plate as the Mobius driver, but is shaped differently. This is a wider driver, which means it has a lot more lad to it. It does even better than the Mobius driver and the bearing driver. Drift is great in opposite spin battles, and like the Mobius driver, not so good in same spin. It is a little shorter, so it'll definitely make contact with Beyblade frames if you have it, and it is a lot shorter. If you compare it to the Mobius driver right here, a lot shorter. It is a pretty short driver and pretty wide, but the wideness does help it with lad. It has even better lad than the Mobius driver, and if you put it in a combo with no good lad frame or anything else, the Drift driver will still do pretty good by itself. So the Drift driver is a really good stamina opposite spin combo. It'll last a long time, and as you've seen in most of these drivers, to have a good Beyblade, you need to have a good, long-lasting stamina combo, and that usually goes down to opposite spin. So that is why Drift is one of the best opposite spin drivers, and in my opinion, one of the best. So here it is, the Drift driver. You can get this in the B175 Lucifer The End. So this is the only release it's in so far, and overall, a really good opposite spin driver. But now let's go on to the number 1 driver. Alright, so number 1 on the list is the Extend Plus driver. So Extend Plus is a good balance type, stamina type driver. Extend Plus is used in a lot of top tier combos. Just like the Drift driver, it is great with lad. But unlike the Drift driver, it does both great in same spin and opposite spin battles. It is a balance type driver, so that means it has different modes. You can lift the plate and change its modes into attack, defense, and stamina. Stamina mode means the tip is out the most. Defense mode means both the plate and the tip are sort of equal. And attack mode means it's completely hollow, kind of like the ultimate Reboot Dash driver, going around pretty recklessly. The best mode is the stamina type mode right there. It is a great combo, or a driver, has lots of lad to it, and is really good in a lot of top tier stamina combos. Now, as you saw in most of these drivers, stamina type drivers do great in combos because Mostly stamina type combos, long lasting combos are pretty much what you want to make with top tier combos. And Extend Plus, Drift, and many other drivers with lots of stamina to it and lag are pretty much what you want to go with. Attack type combos are great, but usually run out of stamina and have the chance of going into pockets. Defense combos are pretty much stamina combos. They're pretty much the same thing nowadays, but there it is with the Extend Plus driver. This is number one in its stamina mode. It does pretty good. Defense mode, it's sort of okay. In attack mode, doesn't do that bad, not the best, but does have some lag after a while, kind of like the Destroy Dash driver. But overall, Extend Plus is the number one driver in my opinion, used in a whole bunch of top tier combos. If you look at anybody's top 10 Beyblade combos or whatever, Extend Plus shows up a lot, so it's a really good driver. So that is the Extend Plus driver. Now where you can get it is the B150 Union Achilles. So this came with Union Achilles. If you can't get Union Achilles, then you have to do it the hard way. You can get the Extend Plus chip from the B123 launcher set. The Extend Plus chip goes on to the regular Extend Plus driver. This is Extend Plus. This is a special version of Extend. Extend usually only changes height, but the Extend Plus has different modes from attacks down to defense. So you have to get the Extend Plus chip from that launcher set and then get an Extend driver and then combine the two. Or you can just get Union Achilles. So two ways, one harder than the other, but that is the Extend Plus driver. One of the best stamina type drivers, both going left and right. So that is number one on the list. Alright, so that was my top 10 Beyblade drivers. If your list is different, let me know down below and why. I'd love to know what your top 10 would look like. But this was my top 10. And if this video was informative and helpful and enjoyable, please leave a like on the video. That would be very helpful. And if you'd like to see more top 10s, let me know down below what you would like to see top 10s of. I do plan to do more in the future, so make sure to subscribe and turn on notification bells. That way you can be alerted when the next video goes out. But that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching WayoftheBey.